Toyota's first made for India vehicle in over a decade has arrived, and we're in New Delhi to check out the new Urban Cruiser Hyryder, which is a mid-size SUV that will take on the likes of the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos. But what does the Hyryder have to offer? Let's take a look right now. While we've seen Toyota badged Maruti models so far, the Hyryder is actually the first model that Suzuki and Toyota have built in collaboration. As we understand, the platform, the architecture comes from Suzuki and the powertrains have been worked on by Toyota. When you look at the Hyryder, you will know immediately that this looks like a genuine Toyota and it does not look like an existing model that has been rebadged. It has an imposing front end with this wing-like element that incorporates the twin LED DRLs along with the grille element, which is having this nice lacquered faux carbon fiber finish embellished with chrome. And the main headlight cluster, these are LED headlights, are positioned down below. You have a large trapezoidal grille down below, and you have a silver finish on the lip. So overall, this looks pretty impressive when you look at it front on. When you come along to the side, you will notice the length of the Hyryder. This is 4,365 millimeters in length, so it's a little bit longer than the Hyundai Creta. That said, the wheelbase is actually a tad shorter. This is 2,600 millimeter wheelbase, so it is a little bit shorter compared to all the other mid-size SUVs. Once again, you will see a certain demarcation of the body. You've got this chrome belt line, and the roof is blacked out, as are the pillars. And the Hyryder rides on 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels. Interestingly, you get disc brakes even at the rear, even on the base model. So that shows that there is a certain level of safety that Toyota wants built into the Hyryder. And when you come around to the back, you will notice these slim LED elements for the tail lights. These look pretty cool. They're split, and the number plate housing is lower down on the boot lid. There's a 4 skid plate integrated into the rear bumper. You get the badges, Urban Cruiser Hyryder. Just to make it clear, this is not a replacement for the sub 4 meter Urban Cruiser. That will continue, as Toyota has told us. Urban Cruiser remains a family name for Toyota's SUVs. Now let's quickly take a look at what the Urban Cruiser Hyryder is like on the inside. When you get inside the Hyryder, that you see a lot of elements that are shared with Suzuki. You see a lot of the switches and a lot of other elements in the interior are borrowed straight from Suzuki. You may remember seeing these on the Brezza that we saw yesterday. On the whole, the Hyryder feels pretty well put together on the inside. It feels premium, it feels high quality. The dashboard has this nice layered effect over here, and you've got soft touch plastics. There's some leather on the dash insert. You've got a bunch of controls over here, but you also see a lot of dummy switches down here. You've got a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system. This is also something we saw on the new Brezza just yesterday. And talking about the features, the Hyryder actually gets quite a lot of kit. You've got ventilated front seats, you've got wireless smartphone charging, you've got a massive panoramic sunroof as well. There's a digital display for the instrument cluster, and there's just a lot more even in terms of safety equipment. The top spec variants of the Hyryder will come with 6 airbags, and electronic stability control and ISOFIX child seat anchors are standard across the range. Talking about the space inside the Hyryder, there's actually a decent amount of space for a mid-size SUV. The rear seats are pretty good for at least 2 passengers. You could possibly squeeze in a third. There is a transmission tunnel, but it's not very prominent, so I guess you could squeeze in a third passenger with these. There's a lot of glass area inside the Hyryder, so you don't feel it at all. And of course, the airiness is aided by the presence of the panoramic sunroof. On the whole, I would say the Hyryder does feel pretty impressive even on the inside. What you see on the outside, it carries over to the interior of the Hyryder as well. Now this is where Toyota claims to have worked its magic. You see, the Hyryder in strong hybrid form gets a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine that's mated to a battery and an electric motor. Combined power output of this stands at 116 horsepower and 141 Newton meters of torque, and Toyota says that this will help it achieve a best-in-class fuel efficiency figure. Now clearly that power output is not the highest in its segment. You see, it's only somewhere around the base level Kia Seltos and the Hyundai Creta. That being said, the focus for Toyota with the strong hybrid at least seems to be on fuel efficiency. There's another engine option that will be offered with the Hyryder, the 1.5-litre 4-cylinder K-series engine, which we've seen in the new Brezza, producing 102 horsepower and 135 Nm of torque. The mild hybrid powertrain will be offered with either a 5-speed manual or a 6-speed torque converter automatic with paddle shifters, while the strong hybrid will only get an automatic version. And interestingly, Toyota is also promising an all-wheel drive version on the mild hybrid manual model of the Hyryder. We don't know how it works yet, but it sure does sound promising. In summary, there's quite a lot to like about the Urban Cruiser Hyryder, and it does seem to be a pretty promising package. You see, it looks like a proper Toyota on the outside. It has a quality interior with a lot of features on offer, and while it doesn't have segment-leading performance figures, this promises to be one of the most fuel-efficient SUVs on sale in the country. And of course, you have to bear in mind the fact that there is no other mid-size SUV that has a strong hybrid system, and no other mid-size SUV that can run on pure electric power, even if for only a short amount of time. Now, we expect prices for the Hyryder to be in the range of rupees 11 to 18 lakh at showroom, and this will reach showrooms sometime around September. Production is set to begin in August, and that's when we expect the prices to be announced. Let us know what you think of the Urban Cruiser Hyryder, if you would go for this or if you would choose to wait for the Maruti Suzuki version of the Hyryder to come out. And don't forget to subscribe to News 9 Live.